Welcome. You are likely exhausted. The sheer weight of the modern digital world has become an unbearable administrative and emotional burden. Today, we offer a concrete solution. We present artificial intelligence not as a digital mystery, but as the exact tool required to return your stolen time, restore your creative capacity, and place you firmly back in command of your work. We operate in an era meticulously designed to harvest your anxiety. The mainstream media thrives on this specific attention economy. When a major technological shift arrives, they do not see a chance to educate, they see a vulnerability. They eagerly feed you the myth of the rogue machine because raw fear generates steady advertising revenue. This relentless visual pollution leaves the everyday professional feeling overwhelmed, deeply fatigued, and powerless. We combat this paralyzing noise not with empty optimism, but with stoic, factual reality. Our objective is to take this remarkable technology apart on the table, showing you the functional bolts and gears to prove unequivocally that there is no monster hiding inside. Artificial intelligence is not a competing digital species waiting to render humanity obsolete. It is, quite simply, a tool entirely at our disposal. To understand its true nature and immense utility, we must first correctly diagnose the exact systemic problem it was explicitly built to solve. We must look back at the grand, glittering promise of the early digital age. 30 years ago, we were assured that the advent of the personal computer and the Internet would usher in an unprecedented era of human liberation. The widespread promise was that these brilliant machines would do our tedious work for us, dramatically reducing our hours of labor and granting us an abundance of well-earned leisure time. Yet, as you well know, that is precisely the opposite of what actually occurred. We stumbled blindly into the paradox of connectivity. The early digital revolution was a masterstroke of global engineering, but it remained fundamentally incomplete. It perfectly solved the complex challenge of distributing information. It laid thousands of miles of oceanic cables and digitized the sum of all human knowledge. But in doing so, we accidentally multiplied the amount of activity required to navigate our daily lives. By making it virtually free and completely instantaneous to send a message or share a document, we unleashed an unrelenting avalanche of communication. Replacing the physical limitations of paper correspondence with the infinite weight of the modern digital inbox fundamentally changed our existence. The slow, deliberate pace of physical mail gave way to the inescapable ping of collaborative workspaces and punishing round-the-clock connectivity. Every new software platform, marketed as a revolutionary way to streamline our workflow, merely added yet another layer of digital burden to our weary shoulders. While it revolutionized our leisure time, streaming entertainment directly into our homes, and supercharging our ability to connect, these apparent benefits only contributed to the suffocating information overwhelm. We arrived at a consumerist pinnacle of constant news feeds, social platforms, and genericized media, endlessly poking our anxieties with trivialities we simply do not need to know. Instead of being liberated by our remarkable machines, we were inadvertently tethered to them. We became human routers, data processors, rather than true creators. Think of the artisan who spends the vast majority of their week managing fragmented digital platforms and navigating the social media minefield. That leaves a mere fraction of their precious time to actually practice their craft. This is not the promised liberation of the digital age. It is administrative subjugation. The sheer volume of digital friction required to simply exist and operate effectively in the modern professional world is staggering. We lost our ability to be thinkers and artists because we have been far too busy processing the relentless flood. This brings us precisely to the present moment, and to the absolute necessity of the technology we are discussing today. When you understand the crushing weight of this systemic digital administration, the arrival of artificial intelligence ceases to look like a threat. It begins to look exactly like what it truly is, the inevitable, necessary cure. It is not an autonomous monster operating secretly in the dark. It is the synthesis engine. If the Internet was the era of infinite information, this new technology is the robust engine built to finally process it on our behalf. We have spent the last 3 decades forcing remarkable human brains to act like sluggish computers, categorizing endless streams of mundane text, data, and video. This new tool is designed to take over that heavy cognitive load. It is the ultimate precision tool, designed to execute complex workflows entirely under your direct, conscious supervision. It is not acting under its own free will. Any apparent autonomy is strictly within the rules and boundaries that you have set. Think of it not as an independent mind, but as a tireless, highly educated apprentice. While the autonomous frontier is a fascinating topic we will cover thoughtfully in future episodes, it is not the reality of the tried and tested agentic AI toolset available to you today. This is an apprentice who has read every book in existence, yet possesses absolutely no desire to take over your company or rule the world. This apprentice waits patiently for your explicit instructions. If you ask it to make sense of a chaotic thread of scattered client correspondence and your own hurried, fragmented notes, it will distill them into a precise, clear summary and a prioritized list of next steps in a matter of seconds. It completes the grueling groundwork, leaving you in full control to instruct specific preferences, review the work, and make authoritative decisions. It transforms the infinite, deafening noise of the digital world into a clear, concise, and highly actionable signal. The scale of what we are dealing with here is epic, extending far beyond the mundane. We are exploring a monumental tool that has the immense capacity to categorize the entire sum of human art, to preserve lost languages before they fade from cultural memory, and to massively accelerate the hard sciences. We must remember that we belong to a magnificent species of explorers, builders, and creators. This technology hints at a fundamental cultural upgrade stretching far beyond the daily digital grind. Practically and immediately, it empowers the everyday individual to build independent powerhouses of immense value and personal freedom. It is the specific lever required to push us firmly through the friction of the early digital age and into the vibrant next era of human creativity. In upcoming episodes, we will explore the grand duality of human engineering, how the foundational storage capacity of the ancient clay tablet eventually met the exponential processing power of the modern microchip. Understanding the vast history of our tools is absolutely vital to confidently commanding the future. But for today, the essential truth you must grasp is that this technology is the definitive antidote to your exhaustion. The ultimate empowerment of AI is returning stolen time. By mastering the skill set of orchestration and the thoughtful deployment of this new toolkit, we offload mind-numbing digital administration to the willing machine. This frees the artisan, the small business owner, the tradesperson, and the professional to return to their original calling. You regain the capacity to exercise nuanced judgment, build meaningful, empathetic relationships with your clients, and apply hard-won wisdom that no machine could replicate. You cease to be a weary data processor. An orchestrator of these tools does not toil endlessly in the administrative trenches. They stand above the workflow, directing the technology and creating genuine, lasting value. You cease to be at the mercy of global tech giants or impenetrable algorithms. You return to being a true creator, a visionary entrepreneur, and the independent orchestrator of your own work and life. It is not the tragic end of human utility. It is the breathtaking beginning of our return to what makes us completely, brilliantly human. Navigating this crucial transition requires a clear roadmap. It requires stepping away from the hysterical 24-hour news cycle and firmly grounding yourself in reality. We must commit to learning the mechanics of this new age, ensuring we are the ones holding the tools, rather than the ones being operated upon. This journey is not something you must undertake alone. It requires a trusted, level-headed guide to help you build your 21st century toolkit. And that is exactly what we are here to provide. We are here to validate your exhaustion and provide the concrete, undeniable solution. Over the coming episodes, we will systematically demystify this technology, ensuring you remain firmly in command. Therefore, I strongly recommend that you subscribe to the Tactable Intelligence channel today. Join our community and consider this an exclusive invitation to an ongoing masterclass designed entirely for your success. By subscribing, you secure your place at the forefront of this practical, grounded revolution. We will show you exactly how to wield these tools to reclaim your time, to banish your administrative burden, and to elevate your work and your life. Once you have subscribed, I encourage you to look at the description directly below this video. We have compiled a meticulously curated further reading list designed specifically for this purpose. This is a careful selection of highly accessible, authoritative books, chosen to help you understand the factual reality of this technology. Ground yourself in the undeniable facts, safely away from the visual pollution of the Internet and impenetrable jargon. Do not allow the media to terrify you into obsolescence. Join us. Step boldly into your rightful role as an orchestrator, and let us build the magnificent future of renewed human creativity together. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to the journey ahead.